everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy Doe, and today we have our very first participant through the Moldavite Mastery Program. 6 months, 12 women are going to come forth. So we have our very first participant, Elisa.
Hi.
Elisa. All right, so I'm excited. Those who are watching, I'm going to be coaching Elisa through the next 6 months. She has an activated Moldavite, so as things are unfolding, as things are coming through for the guidance on how this program's going to unfold, what the 12 women and how we're going to help create this. So you guys are going to want to tune in. She's going to have her own YouTube channel. What is it?
Warrior Queen Artist.
Warrior Queen Artist. All the information is going to be in the description. So let's get started. Let's find out like what's happened so far with her Moldavite experience, right? This is like hands-on training on how Moldavite is going to come into your life. So you guys get for this. This is like the golden child.
I love it.
All right, Elisa. First, what do you do?
I'm an artist and a yoga teacher, and I like to combine the two together.
Okay. Now, how did Moldavite come to you, and what has been your experience so far?
Okay, so Moldavite came to me through you, actually, through a program that I'm taking called Energetic Self-Mastery. Tammy was just graduating as I was coming in, and she had posted her story about Moldavite and what she has to offer women in business that are looking to build themselves up and get themselves known, but also just help me do things that I didn't know that I had the ability to do. Right. Within a month.
Yeah, it's like when women are starting their own business coming out, it's like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Creating a website, creating an LLC, like what do you do with all these email? Like it's overwhelming, right? So now like my past career as an ex-financial advisor, like I had to learn that on my own, right? How do I manage my business, how my clients, like it took years of training. It's like now coming back, oh, these women, they don't know this.
Yeah.
Coming out, like people don't know this stuff. And so if you're only at the beginning of the course, when the program, when I joined the Energetic Self-Mastery, I was like all over the place. Like, oh my God, you guys, like what I do with these Moldavites, like turning my life inside out, but it was so powerful. And so now just watching you grow with Moldavite, I'm just like getting chills every time. I was like, oh my God, she's experiencing this, like it's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Moldavite shared like the 12 women coming through, whatever, they're going to create their own grid. Whatever they're looking to create, the Moldavites are there to help. I'm a median. I'm an access to help translate whatever they're trying to get to you. Mm-hmm. Your higher version of yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Through Moldavite. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, so how long have you had it?
I've had my Moldavite for a month.
1 month.
1 month, yes. And within the first week of working with it, I didn't even have it in hand yet. I just started connecting to it before it got to me. And I built a website in 2 weeks and had an art show happen all within 2 weeks.
Yes, it's funny because in the program I was sharing as I was exiting the program, it's like the Moldavite said, okay, you're ready to go out and like start this new course called Moldavite Mastery, help women create a business, push their creation out, help them put it in the world through YouTube, social media. And I started that. I don't know who's going to come forth. It says 12 women. And so I just put it out there. And Elisa all of a sudden is like, oh my God, I need someone to help me with a website within 2 weeks. Like how? Yeah. Like that was like, she needed someone right now. Yeah. And like, oh, well, I just launched this program.
Yes.
So that's what the Moldavite does. It pulls us together, right? And through the event, through her art show, I found this dragon pendant.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's all in alignment, right? So her higher self, her high soul already knew that she was going to come forth. And so 1 month is, I feel like we've known each other for years.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been so fast. Who knows what's going on anymore, right? It's 2020. 2020. All right. So Okay, so why did you join Moldavite Mastery? I think we kind of got that. Uh, so as an artist, what do you feel has been your challenge or blockages from getting your artwork out?
Well, I've been an artist for a while, but the blockages, I'm going through a divorce. I'm actually coming to the end of the divorce. But I had all this scarcity and fear, lack mindset that I couldn't do it on my own and that I couldn't make it on my own, especially as an artist, because artists are known to be a starving artist. And so I had all these judgments surrounding that, like, how am I going to do this? And so that was like my biggest blocks was just the fear of being able to master this and to step out into the world and show my creations. It was super vulnerable too to show my creations to people. Um, so yeah, that the fear and vulnerability was big blocks for me, especially going through a divorce and just be starting over because I was a hairstylist prior and I retired and all of those doors have been shut for me to go back to. So I know that my path was to continue on as an artist using yoga intertwined with it. I just didn't know how to get it out there and have the courage.
Yeah, well, I'm not married, but I know divorces, it does take a toll on a person mentally,
Yeah.
especially. Like women who don't have a voice, it's interesting because growing up, like I always like independent, go go go. I just never realized on this other side. Even like with my mom, if they were to ever divorce, I don't know if my mom can make it on her own, right? And I didn't
Yeah.
realize so many women are kind of stuck in that position without a voice.
Hmm. Yeah, it was symbolically. So I draw with charcoal, and charcoal is made. It's an ancient material that gets burned through fire, and so I thought it was fascinating that charcoal chose me to draw the images that I do draw because I was being burned and I was going through a fire and being remade and renewed to be turned into something beautiful and new. And so it was all just so scary. Just that. Oh my gosh, can I do this? Because my voice was not allowed to be heard. So yeah, now here I am, a month later, working with Moldavite
The
and
business, got an
got a
online
business.
shop,
Yeah, I have an online. Yeah.
warriorqueenartist.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do share, right? Like 2 weeks in, as we're rushing to get this website up and going, um, so yeah, the download that came through for Elisa was like these Moldavites want to use her as a channel to draw goddesses. Yeah, goddesses Moldavite, and like now that I'm able to tune into paintings, whenever I walk into a painting that is like very dark, I feel so contracted. I feel it. You feel this dense energy, and so now I can just imagine you as a clear channel with the yoga and then channeling that Moldavite energy through your art. That is like a force field.
Yeah.
You guys have to see some of these paintings. It's like the energy is so immense, like you cannot not look.
Yeah, they're powerful. They're very transformational pieces. So when you have them in your homes, they open up vortexes within. And I focus on the eyes when I draw. So whether it's through animals or this series happens to be goddesses that are coming through me, I'm very humbled and honored that they allow me to draw them. But you can see the vortexes and these portals open up into the eyes, the souls.
Yes. Do share about what you were guided to with your old paintings.
Oh, my old paintings. So I have a Native American bloodline, and they, gosh, I connected to them through all of my meditations. And so, yeah, I started meditating first, and then all of these images started flooding me of these animal totems that wanted to be drawn. And so I took the challenge and drew my first piece, which was Ganesha. And that was the very first piece that sold at my art show. So I just, yeah, leaned into it and was like, okay, I don't know how to draw you, so you're going to have to draw through me. So that was my first series, and then I realized it was such a success, and I was really good at it.
Yes. So I went to the art show, and the Moldavites were talking to me, and so I was tuning into these paintings, and when we're talking about art, right, you can't really put a price on art. I was tuning into her artwork, and these paintings are like, they want to be charged 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. It's like, wow, these guys, like, especially if you're working with mold, that you're with all these energies, right? All the energies coming through with these paintings, right? And so, yeah, who says you can't make money doing art?
Exactly.
Honest, like, same thing with Moldavite. You can't put a price on Moldavite. Literally, stolen for $1,000, people are still coming for them, right? When you find your piece, you know it's yours.
Yeah.
So that's why I share with them, like, don't worry about if anybody's gonna buy them. The right person's gonna gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
And so it's just now training our mind to be conscious of like what kind of intention the space you're in when you're painting. Share about the ones that you had a ceremony.
So I had some old artwork that I had done my very first show ever. I was still married at the time. I was very sick, very silent, and in the process of that 2 weeks of building a website, putting together a YouTube channel, and having an art show, I got my intuition let me know that I needed to burn my old images because there was so much painful energy in the images, all the drawings, and some were acrylics, and most of them were charcoal. But they were so heavy and so dense, and I knew that they weren't going to sell, and they weren't going to bring expansion to people's homes. So the night before my show, I had a ceremony where I burned about 25 pieces in the backyard on my land in a fire pit, and it was the most releasing ceremony I've ever had. And again, it was fire, more fire. So it was purging and cleansing and being reborn, and it just, I felt amazing. And then I just had this beautiful show, and it's still showing. I still have my pieces up till February at the Meta Space La Jolla. It's a yoga studio. So they're in there big and large and waiting for you to go connect with them. So.
I have some footages. I'm going to include them at the end of the video, but they're amazing.
Thank you.
Super high vibe.
Yeah.
And if you guys tune in, right, when you see your painting, you'll know. So it's not even a matter of questioning anymore. Like, if you know, you know. What else? So, yeah, the Moldavites, they just want a channel. Eventually, like, maybe you create your own grid. We're talking about, like, including Moldavites in your paintings.
Yes.
You guys, I can imagine what this is going to look like. Moldavite activated Moldavite paintings. What is that even? Goddess?
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So the very first goddess that I drew, she has this really beautiful crown. And in the center of the crown, I actually drew my Moldavite, which is a heart. I don't know if you can probably can't see it that great from back here, but it is a heart. It's shaped like a heart. Yeah.
It's from Joshua Tree.
It's from Joshua Tree. Solar plexus energy, which is very activating, by the way. It's masculine energy. It's where people plug into, where you give energy, where people take energy. In that piece, I actually drew this Moldavite, and it's very translucent. You can see it, but when we were staring at them, we're like, oh my gosh, can you imagine if I actually put this in the crown? So when I first got this, Tammy and I went to go get a chiropractic adjustment. In a matter of 2 weeks, my necklace broke, solar plexus activated, and I knew that it was time for this piece to be inside of my artwork and to be sold. So it will happen when the show takes place. So I was given permission by my Moldavite basically to wear it to continue activating my heart as well. It's activating my heart as I'm drawing all these goddesses, and so much love is coming into these images. I can't wait for people to feel it.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Yeah, so this piece will be in the very first goddess image that I created.
Do you want to put a sneak peek of it at the end or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stick around for that.
Stick around for that.
For your channel, right? So every month we're going to do a monthly interview update. This is just month 1 update.
Yeah.
Look at all that's happened.
so much.
And you finalizing.
Yes. So, yeah. So just a little backstory. I had so much activation with this, I actually had to put it away for a while. It was a little bit overwhelming, but that's where my practice of a yoga teacher comes in and meditation, and I had to get grounded to be able to work with it again. And I had kind of left that practice aside a little bit because I was working so much, because I just had so much creative energy coming through me from this.
You were overwhelmed. You were exhausted.
I
Oh my
was
God.
exhausted. Yeah, I wasn't listening that I needed to rest. And so I had to put the Moldavite away, and I just pulled it out the other day. And I did a purging ceremony, and the very next day I woke up and I finally got the settlement letter from my soon-to-be ex-husband. So the divorce is going to be finalized before the end of 2020, which has been 2 years that I've been waiting for that. So yes.
Okay, what was that?
Freedom. Yes. Freedom.
Yeah, so like as we're doing all this like Moldavite, like it pushes all your shadows to the surface, and now it's like cut cords. A lot of healing, right? Because our body has to recalibrate to this new frequency. It's moving up so fast, so that's why when we put the Moldavite away, okay, you have to share about the house. Okay,
Yes.
so you guys know I've been on this whole journey across the U.S. gridding, right? Coincidentally, I was looking for Airbnb, and I was learning about dragons at her art show, right? I was sharing about dragons. I was starting to see dragons, and so her was that your landlord?
Mm-hmm.
They actually live out in Fallbrook in this sacred land, right? She kept her land very sacred, and she's all about the dragon tribe, the Sophia code. And I was like, I've never heard of dragons before. And then now someone's talking about dragon, and then and her landlord has an Airbnb up for rent right next to Elisa. So I'm like, maybe I should go there. If we could be like help her coach through this program. However, I felt called, right? Intuition says yes, then I go. I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna be out there. So we spent about a week together working. We actually did a event together. Last YouTube video.
Yeah, sound bowl healing.
Sambo and yoga,
Mm-hmm.
Moldavite activation. Okay, so I had all the grid set up for those few days, like the week. Okay, so share what happened when I took the grids out and I left.
Okay, so I have 2 bunny rabbits that live in my home with me, and I decided to swap them out rooms. And so one of my things that I had to purge throughout this process was my bed. And so I got rid of my bed, and I got a brand new bed, and I didn't have a frame yet, and I laid it on the floor. And so I had swapped out the bunnies, and my one bunny, Love, he just thought this was just like heaven, jungle gym. Let's run across mom's face at 2:00 in the morning. So I wasn't sleeping because he was just so activated, and I had this Moldavite out, and my bunnies were a little crazy too. They were super activated as all of these things were set up around the house. And actually, one of our videos we started with, Love was like running back and forth on the couch all crazy.
Oh, yes.
Remember that? So at 2:00 in the morning, I got up. I was like, I can't sleep. I'm going to go sleep on the couch with the other rabbit that's like super chill and mellow. His name's Thumper.
This is the day, right? The night after.
The night after, yeah. So I'm sleeping on the couch. It's 2:30 now by the time I get comfortable. 4:00 in the morning, all of a sudden, I am woken by crashing noises of things flying off the top of my refrigerator. All the bunny food, all the litter. There were some other items I had up there. Crashed onto the counter, took down a whole tea set, broke a glass, and then all of a sudden my house just kind of tremored, and then everything kind of settled. And I was like, what the hell? It scared me so bad. I jumped up, and so the next day I was like, did we have an earthquake? And so I asked my landlord. She's like, no earthquake. I checked online, no earthquake. So my house went from whatever dimension we were in, from having all of these Moldavites up, and it settled once Tammy took everything down and left. And I know that's what it was because
That's insane.
for the things, if you could have seen what flew off the roof, and I say fly off because there's just no explanation. It was like somebody, like there was just like this vortex that just ripped everything out of the cabinet, off the top of the
Oh,
fridge
that
and the
makes
cabinet and the countertops. Yeah, it was crazy. It scared me.
I would get scared too.
I didn't sleep good that night, you guys.
Holy crap! Yeah, so it's a lot of energy, you guys. I didn't realize how powerful these grids are. Like the one time in Denver, I shared this in my story on Instagram where I just took the grids down and just not have any Moldavite, and the next day, like stuff was breaking down all around me. It's like, what is happening? The day I thought maybe take a break from my Moldavite. Never mind. Next day, oh, okay, you guys are welcome back. Like I have no idea the impact on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting feeling. I didn't expect that to happen, and I just for a second was like, oh my gosh, my house is haunted.
Or that.
It's not haunted, but like that's how I was like. I mean, even my rabbit was like gone under the couch, like hiding. Like, yeah, it was just so much energy.
Right? Sometimes when I like not conscious when I'm putting this grid together and it's so powerful, like it's hard to breathe.
Yeah, I had a hard time. Remember, I was like, you have to come take it down. Remember, I had a moment where I just like, Tammy, you have to come take these down. I'm struggling, and I'm usually really good at grounding myself as a yoga teacher, and I couldn't get grounded. Like I was just, you're so up here with all these Moldavites. And I mean, she had every one of them in my house. It was a lot.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so used to it. Like, oh yeah, that's normal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this grid wanted to be open here. We were gonna film on the couch somewhere, but it's like, nope, these guys want to be on camera. So this grid, you guys, is a wealth grid. I'm gonna show you guys later as we wrap this up. This is the wealth grid. Zion. And we had to add rose quartz just to calm down the energy. Can't be too intense. But yeah, so anything else you want to share? Like, what do you want to create out of this Moldavite 6 months program?
So I'm in the process of getting yoga classes online and for people to buy packages with me to do sound bowl healing, I do a gentle yoga practice. It's very spiritual, super opening of the heart, all the chakras within the body. I'm also going to be creating one of the largest art shows that I have ever done. I'm so excited. It's just going to be so much goddess energy, and there's going to be a phoenix rising, and that is going to be me, a goddess in the center of this art show. So it's going to be amazing. Yeah,
I'll be there. So
yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated. It'll be within the 6 months. So
Yeah.
within the next few months, you'll see a video on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. There'll be an art show. There's going to be a little bit of a fashion show. And then there's going to be some dance on the stage, and also a meditation as you come in and ground before the pieces are shown.
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, I'll be there.
Me too. Thank you.
You guys want to join? Stay updated.
Yeah, love to have you.
Yes. So make sure you guys follow Elisa's journey on her YouTube channel.
Warrior Queen Artist.
Queen Artist. Her website.
WarriorQueenArtist.com.
Brand new website, up and going. And then anything else you want to share?
You can also find me at Warrior Queen Artist on Instagram, which is where I post a lot of stuff.
Yes, and if you guys are working with Moldavite, right? Yoga is actually really important on moving the energy. Now that I'm more connected to my body, before our mind and soul is up there with Moldavite, but our body is like kind of asleep, in a way to put it. As I start doing yoga, I feel so much more energy. Like it's a wave, and I'm starting to see like visions, like vivid visions. When you see your third eye is open, now I'm seeing like images of dragons. Like it's the most mind-blowing thing ever. The dragon's here.
Yeah.
The dragon's here. You're starting to see dragons too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming. She's showing up in my dreams too.
Oh yeah, like we're up there. It's like, come on, Lisa, come on. 2030 self.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a wrap for first month Moldavite Mastery. So there's we have Kate that's next. So there's 10 more. There's another one coming on. So there are 9 more women out there who are being called forth to create the creation with Moldavite, social media, their business, putting out in the world. So if that calls to you, then the Goddess Academy information is in the description below as well. But that's all we have for you guys today. And then that's it. We love you guys. Tammy Doe and
Elisa Wiggins.
signing off.